Welcome back to the Fan House Podcast. I am Javon, and this is your Liverpool versus Chelsea match preview. Let's get into it. Liverpool take on Chelsea at Anfield on Sunday, October 20th. It is 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. I don't know what time is it for you, but it's the main game of this weekend. It's the biggest game of this weekend. I want to say across all leagues. So let's get into it. First, let's start with some of Mariska's comments from Mariska's match interview, pre-match interview. Firstly, for the first time in ages, in decades, in millennia, Chelsea have a fully fit squad. Yes! That also means Reece James is fit. Everybody is available for selection apart from those who suspended. It's a pity that they are suspended, so I could come on here and tell you guys we have a fully fit squad for the first time in ages, and everybody is ready to go. Well, it is what it is. Now, Mariska said everyone is fully fit, and he's happy with that. He's also happy with the squad. Now, he said this after one of the journalists posed a question regarding the two suspended players. He stated that he's okay with those two players that would be substituted in the sense that who would come in for them. Ideally, Renato Vega and Tosin. And I'll show you what my starting lineup would be in a couple of minutes here. He also was posed a question about Ben Chilwell. He stated that Ben Chilwell was ill over the past few days and he had, I think, one training session. So that's still up in the air. Personally, I don't think Ben Chilwell will start. I've seen people like CB and others saying that Ben Chilwell could play a role, which I'm not opposed to. I would just prefer to trust Renato Vega because from what I've seen from Renato Vega this season has been really good, and I'm confident in his ability to do a job on Salah. And much like what Muntz keeps saying, a Black African, Salah doesn't necessarily put up the best performance against them. But hey, I'm not here to jinx it. I just want a good performance from my team, and hopefully we can pick up some points. Now, he was asked about the inverted role for Gusto, given that it's a different role from what Gusto played last season, from one of the journalists. Mariska stated that he's very happy with Gusto, very happy with how I gotta speak. He's very happy with how Malo Gusto can underlap at times, step into the midfield, and overlap at times. He does not overlap as much as he used to, but it's a different system and it's a different role. And Mariska is overall happy with how he's adapting to the new role. Now, let's get into the match. First, let's go to my starting 11. Let me share my screen here, and then we can go to my starting 11 because this is going to be one. So this is my starting lineup. I am going to go with Sanchez in goal. Been a good goalkeeper so far for us. I'm going to go with Gusto at right back, and the first one to step into this team would be Tosin. I think Tosin brings height. I think Tosin brings a level of calmness. Yes, people say he has bozo moments, but last year at Liverpool, he did put up a good performance against Liverpool for Fulham. So I'm hoping he can do another job on them. Levi Colwill, just continue as you are. But keep on putting up those good performances. Keep on turning up those minimum 7, 8 out of 10, and we move. Renato Vega comes in at left back. Cucurella suspended. I think he's the next option, and we've seen Renato Vega be the first choice in the second team. So this is why you have a second team. When the primary starter for the first team in your position is not available, you step in and you do a job. Hopefully, you can do a job that warrants you to ask a question about starting going forward. Even though I'm a big fan of Cucurella. In the midfield, Caicedo, of course, but I am going to start with Romeo Lavia. And that's because he brings a bit more defensive stability in the middle of the park and can help us with those transitions against Liverpool. Remember, we are going up against Liverpool. Liverpool has a good midfield as well. They have Sabazai, they have McAllister, and they have Gravenberch. Gravenberch has been on fire this season. He's up there with Caicedo. as two of the best midfielders in the league. So that battle is going to be good. And I just think Lavia helps us against the transition that Liverpool will try to exploit to get at our backline. In the 10, it's the one and only Cole Palmer. One Palmer, you don't know. All right, I'm expecting. I'm expecting a good performances from him. People have been saying he doesn't rise in big games. I don't know where they get this narrative from, but I'm not gonna follow it up. Palmer in the 10. On the left, we have Sancholini, Jadon Sancho, baller. Brother, may I beg you for this game? Shoot. When you get a chance to shoot, shoot. I'm begging you for this game, shoot. On the right wing, we have Noni Madueke starting. There is an argument to see if Neto can come in and give us a good performance against Liverpool. But I'm trusting Noni. This is his first quote-unquote big game starting. He didn't start against City. I didn't think he even featured against City. My memory serves me correct. And up top, we have Nicholas Jackson. We have Nicholas Jackson up front. NJ15 up top. Yeah, this is a barring two, or barring my three, substitutions or, changes. This is Mariska's typical starting lineup. Yes, I don't really want to change much. The only true change I would make, barring the ones that are suspending, is Romeo Lavia, because I think we're going to need a bit more defensive stability, because Liverpool are quick on the transition, and Liverpool can hurt us when they go forward. Now, along with that, let me know what you think in the comment section, please, and like, share, and subscribe on the video. Enzo Fernandez is the talking point, isn't it? Is our next talking point, ladies and gentlemen. Enzo Fernandez hasn't been horrible this season, but he hasn't been the best, in my opinion. I feel like the heights that we know Enzo Fernandez can hit, almost said Enzo Fernandez. The heights we know Enzo Fernandez can hit is what we need from him if he were supposed to start this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Enzo Maresca starts with Enzo Fernandez just to keep a bit of stability in the squad, because Enzo Fernandez can give you some positive, especially if he gets on the ball, starts from the first phase and don't venture too forward, starts in the first phase, links up with Caicedo. Vega can step in the midfield to kind of give you that 3 in a defensive shape, and you get Palmer, Madueke, and Sancho, along with Nicholas Jackson going forward. If we can get Enzo to just drop a bit deeper and play those balls in behind, then we could get some we could get some tune out of Enzo Fernandez, and then we could hurt them on the transition or on the counter with those passes. But the thing is with Enzo Fernandez this season, his passes has been a little bit underwhelming. Like I remember some of his passes against West Ham, they were a bit short or they were overcooked. We need the type. If he starts, we need the type of Enzo Fernandez that's actually going to ball out and play those line breaking passes and play those really good passes. Someone that we can count on. And you remember Enzo Fernandez from last season, the first game against Liverpool last season. We need that Enzo Fernandez. No need to explain. If you know, you know. We need that Enzo Fernandez. Stop sharing my screen here. Now, Liverpool. We have to address the Liverpool aspect. Liverpool are going to come. The Liverpool are going to come. Pause. Well, Liverpool are going to come because they have a point to prove that this isn't just the Jurgen Klopp starting 11. Slot has a point to prove. This is his first real test because they haven't played anybody. Same thing with us. Enzo Maresca and the Chelsea team haven't really played any of the big boys barring City, but I think most of us is going to give that City game a pass because it was the first game of the season and he was still trying to figure out his best trusted starting 11. Now, when it comes down to this game, it's new manager versus new manager, good squad versus good squad. One squad has attained more. So when Liverpool is in this position, they would have more pressure than us, in my opinion, because when you get off to a good start, when you have the best defense in the league, because they only conceded 2 goals, you're kind of going to have to, perform, and you're at home. So, in my opinion, Liverpool are the favorite. We are the underdogs. Yes, we have the second best attack in the league, but remember, this is the same squad that people were calling shit last season. This is the same squad that people did not rate last season, barring a few new additions. Now, some of the impacts that I expect to see. I expect to see, if the game is not going well, I expect to see Neto off the bench at a good timing, Nkunku off the bench at a good timing, Felix could play a role, and maybe even Mudryk. If Liverpool if the game is open and it's gung ho, we could get a tune out of Mudryk if we can use him for his space and exploit the space in behind. So that's another talking point. That's something we may see. When it comes down to these two managers, I don't necessarily know if it's going to be a tactical matter because I haven't seen much from Slot. What I do know, he did make changes in that Liverpool where it's not gung-ho 24/7. It's not that rock and roll football, that gang of person football 24/7. It is more, you take your moments. There's going to be moments where they absolutely come at us. If we can mitigate the chances in that moment, and we need the best Robert Sanchez to make stops, if we can somehow nullify Diaz and Salah and do a job on Jota, because I expect Jota to start, then we can win the ball back and get on the counter. But we have to take our chances. No, Madueke, your decision making has to be on point. We cannot have any slip ups. Right? This is one of the games where people are saying we don't have pressure, but I think there should be some level of pressure in wanting to win the game, in wanting to do well, in wanting to start up this difficult run of fixtures with a massive win at Anfield. Because after this, we have Newcastle, we have Manchester United, we have Newcastle again, we have Arsenal. Newcastle is in the cup, but if we stick to the league games, you have Newcastle, Manchester United, and Arsenal. If you can somehow start this off with a win, I would be very, very, very happy. What else is there in terms of talking? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Manager versus manager. It's going to be good. A lot of things that will be unveiled in this game, because if we lose horribly, how does the players pick themselves go again and go again? If Liverpool lose at home, what's going to be the rhetoric around Arne Slot? Again, best defense in the league statistically, and they're really good going forward. And Gravenberch, we need to do a job at Gravenberch. We somehow need to nullify his performance, or Caicedo just has to rise. It's going to be an entertaining game. Michael Oliver is on the VAR. John Book's the referee. It's gonna be a movie. All I can say is I want a Chelsea win. I'm backing my team. I think this is the first I've been this positive going into a Liverpool game at Anfield in a while. So I'm saying we're going to get the dub. We're going to get the win. I'm saying it's going to either be a 4-2, a 3-1. I can't give so much prediction. I want to say it's going to be 4-2. I may be horribly wrong, but I'm going to go 4-2 Chelsea. Up the Chelsea. UTC, and if we win, I'm coming for blood. All that Hassan, Monts, Rams, none of these people gave us a chance in blue hell to win. But guess what? Don't let us win. Do not let us win. But thank you for joining us on the Final Podcast. Peace.